No, I've had a great week this week. God has been so good to me. My daughter Isabella was born last Thursday. She's healthy. My wife Patricia is recovering. She's doing good though. My family's doing good. My parents, my sister, my in-laws. But there's something else that happened on Sunday. How about those Cowboys? Huh? How about those Cowboys? Yeah, that's right. We came back. We're back. Our prediction was wrong. I don't care. I couldn't be happier. Cooper Rush, he led him. Noah Brown, CeeDee Lamb, Tony Pollard. That's how you do it. Micah Parsons with 2 sacks. That's how you do it. But before I continue, let me just say thank you to everybody who's watching my videos every week. And thank you to my subscribers who are subscribing every week. So like that like button, press that like button, and press that subscribe button so I can continue making content for y'all. But where do we even begin? By the way, I am gonna keep this hat on, and I am gonna keep this suit on. You know, I think I'm looking mighty fine, and I don't get to dress like this often. So across the board, we were better than the Bengals. Cooper Rush passed for 235 yards and 1 touchdown. 2, Noah Brown, who had 93 yards receiving. I didn't expect him to be the receiver that went off. I thought it was going to be CeeDee Lamb, even though CeeDee Lamb did play better. But Noah Brown, I just added him on my fantasy this week. That's how much I think of him now. Ezekiel Elliott, he had some spurts. He had some bursts where he looked like his old self. And Tony Pollard, that's who I expected him to be. That explosive back that can get us a bunch of yardage if needed. That one run that he had where he almost scored at the 1-inch yard line. But we need that type of play. All out effort all the time. And the defense was on point. Like I said before, with Micah Parsons getting 2 sacks. He might be Defensive Player of the Year this year. I really think so. He could be Defensive Player of the Year if he keeps this up. Trayvon Diggs playing really well with multiple pass breakups and a much needed tackle, clutch tackle at the end of the game. Bengals last drive, he makes a tackle that stops them from converting a 3rd down, that gets us the ball back, our offense the ball back, to go on that game-winning drive. And how about Money Maher? Money Maher, yes sir. Brett Maher. He was responsible for 8 of our points, 2 field goals, and 2 extra points. And that clutch last-second kick that won us the game. Now, I did have conflicting interests. I have Joe Burrow and Joe Mixon on my fantasy team. I thought they were at least going to do something. That's why I picked them to win the game. But nah, I'm extremely disappointed by Joe Burrow and the Bengals as a whole. Where's the O-line that y'all were supposed to build up and protect Joe Burrow? So far, he's been sacked 11 times this season. That's not good. And y'all were just in the Super Bowl. What happened? So, yeah, my prediction was wrong, and I'm glad it was wrong. So, let me take y'all to my prediction for next week. We face the Giants on Monday Night Football, which I will be watching, of course. I think we're going to win that game. If we played as good as we did this past Sunday, we should win that game. No doubt about it. Daniel Jones with his fumble-itis can't hold on to the ball when he's back in the pocket. I am a little worried about Saquon Barkley, but I think our defense can hold it down. We held down the Buccaneers week 1, and then we played extremely well yesterday, or on Sunday, I should say. So I think we should hold the Giants to somewhere in the teens. So 14 points, 17 points, 19 points, somewhere around there. And all our offense has to do is to keep doing what they did last Sunday. Cooper Rush, just keep getting the ball out to those receivers, no matter who it is. And we're going to win that ball game. Y'all know what time it is. I'm going to take y'all around the NFL. On first down, we got Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins. Did y'all see that game? It seems like every week there's going to be some fantastic game that keeps going back and forth, or just some huge swing. The Miami Dolphins won 42-38 after being down 35-14 through 3 quarters, and then scored 28 points in the 4th quarter. Tua Tagovailoa got 318 yards passing, and he passed for 3 touchdowns. Yeah, 3 touchdowns. He might have thrown 2 interceptions, but that's what you want in a quarterback. Somebody who can, no matter how many mistakes they make, although you do want them to limit those mistakes, does he have the confidence and the wherewithal to lead you back? And that he did. I was right whenever I said Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle will go off. I think that they're the best wide receiver tandem in the NFL. The best duo. They both had a combined 22 receptions, and they went off all game. And Jalen Waddle at the end with the game-winning touchdown. Tua Tagovailoa dodging in movie-like fashion, dodging defenders and keeping his eyes downfield and throwing it to Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle mossing a defender, getting points for me. He got me a total of 41 points. But the Baltimore Ravens, bruh, what y'all doing? How y'all let a team come back when y'all up by 3 touchdowns, and y'all let them come back in the 4th quarter? Come on now, y'all couldn't move the ball, y'all couldn't score at all. I would be on suicide watch if I was a Ravens fan this week. On 2nd down, I got the Cardinals versus the Raiders. If anybody watched that game on Sunday, y'all was on the edge of y'all seat the last, 5 minutes or so, the last 3 minutes of the game. The game went into overtime after Kyler Murray led the Cardinals back, and they were down by 8 points at the very last drive. They scored a touchdown, needed a 2-point conversion to bring the game into overtime, and they did so. Kyler Murray, he delivered. We get to overtime, and Raiders have the ball. Hunter Renfrow, he fumbles, but luckily they recover. So selfishly, I'm happy. I think, I got Josh Jacobs as my second running back in fantasy. Okay, yeah, this is good. Hunter Renfrow gets targeted again. He fumbles again. Cardinals pick it up. Touchdown. Game over. So that was an exciting game. My wife and I were watching that game. By the way, sidebar, I love my wife. I landed on the right one with her. She loves to watch football and sports in general with me. We literally watched 3 or 4 NFL games together, especially the Cowboys game, because we both Cowboys fans. So I'm so happy I have her as a wife and that she enjoys watching sports as much as I do. So shout out to you, Patricia Banga. I love you. On 3rd down, I got the Buffalo Bills putting a beating on the Tennessee Titans, 41-7 on Monday Night Football. Man, Josh Allen, he's that guy. I repeat again, Josh Allen is that guy. If they keep playing the way they did the past 2 weeks, not only are they going to be Super Bowl favorites, but Josh Allen is winning MVP. Stephon Diggs, he went off. He's the reason why I lost in fantasy this week. He got 40 points. 40 points for the person that I was playing against in fantasy. So I love Stephon Diggs as a person, as a player, but only because of fantasy, a big screw you to Stephon Diggs. And on 4th down, I got the Kansas City Chiefs against the LA Chargers last Thursday night. That game went back and forth. It was a good game. 2 young quarterbacks battling it out in the AFC West, but the Chiefs got the better of the Chargers, winning 27-24. That's the type of game that you like to see. Just such a great competition. Now, very briefly, the Texas Longhorns got that dub against the University of Texas San Antonio. We beat them 41-20. That was a spanking. I expected them to beat that school. They weren't ranked at all. They're an afterthought. So an expected win for us. We play the Texas Tech Red Raiders next, and that should be a closer game. But if Texas is who they say they are, we're going to take that game, and I believe we're going to do it. Last but not least, fantasy football. Sad to tell y'all that I lost again this week. I'm 0-2 on the season. Hella disappointed in myself. I didn't think that I would be 0-2. So it's looking slim that I'm going to get to that championship. Hopefully things change. Hopefully I'll make better decisions in my lineups. I lost 136 to 126 by about 10 points. There were a few things I guess I could have done different, but hindsight is always 20/20. I put Joe Burrow in thinking that he would go off against the Cowboys. He didn't. I should have put, knowing what I do now, I should have put Tua Tagovailoa in. He got 40 points. If I did that, I would have won. Jalen Waddle, he got 40 points because of Tua's success. So that was a decision that was really good for me. Josh Jacobs was average. He got me 9 points. Joe Mixon, he was really average. He got me about 8 points. And the biggest reason why I lost, I was up 100 going into Monday night. I was up 111 to 70 something. But like I said earlier, the other team the other person I was going against in fantasy, they had Stephon Diggs. I didn't think that Stephon Diggs would get 40 plus points as well. So yeah, he's the biggest reason why I lost. So screw you, Stephon Diggs, this week. But hopefully I'll bounce back. I made a few adjustments. Unfortunately, I have to keep Joe Burrow as my quarterback going into next week. They're going against the Jets, and Tua is going against the Buffalo Bills. So that's kind of an obvious. I'm not going to start Tua, but I'll probably start him next game if Joe Burrow doesn't do anything this week. And Dalton Schultz, my tight end, I have to replace him with Higbee from the Rams. Dalton Schultz got hurt, so he's questionable for week 3. And I also picked up Noah Brown from the waiver wires. I'm hoping that he'll go off again as a receiver for the Cowboys. I saw what he did this past week against the Bengals, so hopefully both him and CeeDee Lamb can go off. And hopefully I can finally get a win this week this year in fantasy football. So that's the end of this week's episode. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope I can bring y'all some insight based off of my knowledge and my opinions on the Dallas Cowboys, the NFL, and college football. Please press that like button and don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see y'all next week. And y'all know the line. Go Cowboys.
The Banganator podcast is brought to you by Esley Banga, diehard fan of the Dallas Cowboys since 1997. How about them Cowboys?